What's up, Whites faithful? Settle in because we've got some absolutely massive news that's got Elland Road buzzing like never before. You think you know what happened against West Ham? Think again. We've got 3 bombshells that are going to shake you to your core. And trust me, this roller coaster is just getting started. First up, a club legend has just delivered some harsh truths that our manager Daniel Farke desperately needs to hear. We're talking about words that cut deep, exposing a dangerous pattern that could derail our entire Premier League survival bid. But wait, there's more. Then we've got an American hero who just broke a curse that's been haunting him for 3 years. The Elland Road faithful went absolutely mental. And you're going to understand why when you hear what this lad just accomplished. And finally, brace yourselves for this one. There's a name from our past that's about to make your blood boil. A certain Chelsea legend might be plotting something that could send every Leeds fan into absolute meltdown mode. We're talking about betrayal, revenge, and a move that nobody saw coming. So smash that like button, drop your thoughts in the comments, and make sure you're subscribed because you do not want to miss what's coming next. This is the kind of drama that defines our beautiful, chaotic club. Ready for the first bombshell that's got everyone talking? Let's dive in. Right then, Whites faithful, let's start with the man who knows this club inside and out, Stuart Dallas. The Leeds legend was watching our 2-1 victory over West Ham, and while we were all celebrating 3 crucial points, Dallas dropped some truth bombs that have left Daniel Farke with serious questions to answer. Here's what's got everyone talking. Dallas absolutely ripped into our defensive mentality after we threw away another clean sheet in the dying minutes. West Ham were really poor, weren't they? They didn't deserve anything from the game, but they got back into it, Dallas said on Sky Sports. And you could hear the frustration bleeding through every word. But here's the terrifying reality. Leeds fans, this isn't just a one-off. We've now conceded goals after the 90th minute 4 times this season. Against Victor Gyökeres for Arsenal in the 95th minute. Gabriel Gudmundsson's own goal against Fulham in the 94th minute. Eli Krupi's equalizer for Bournemouth in the 93rd minute. And now Mateus Fernandes scoring for West Ham right on the 90-minute mark. Dallas was spot on when he said West Ham didn't deserve anything from the game. But that's exactly the point. We're handing lifelines to teams that should be walking away with nothing. Fernandes' late header suddenly turned for minutes of added time into 4 hours of pure torture. For every Leeds supporter in that stadium, the numbers don't lie. And they're absolutely damning. We've already lost for crucial points to stoppage time goals. In a relegation battle, that's the difference between safety and a relegation scrap. Dallas knows what it takes to succeed at this level because he's been there and done it, and his message is crystal clear. Sitting back and defending Leeds like scared rabbits isn't good enough for a club of our stature. Daniel himself will be disappointed that they conceded because I know how much he prides himself on clean sheets. Dallas continued, and there's the crux of it. Farke's reputation for defensive solidity is being shredded by these late lapses in concentration and mentality. But that's not even the most incredible story from this unforgettable night at Elland Road. Whites faithful, prepare yourselves for one of the most emotional and redemptive moments of the season so far. Brenden Aaronson, the lad who's been carrying the crushing weight of expectations, criticism, and self-doubt on his shoulders, has just delivered the performance that could change absolutely everything for both him and our club. 3 years. 3 bloody years since this American wizard last found the net in the Premier League. Can you imagine the psychological pressure? Can you? Imagine the sleepless nights, the doubts creeping in, the whispers in the corridors. But when it mattered most, when Leeds desperately needed a hero to step forward, Aaronson delivered in the most spectacular fashion possible. Just 3 minutes into the West Ham clash, Noah Okafor delivered a perfect header from Jack Harrison's cross that Alphonse Areola could only parry weakly. And there was our American sensation, perfectly positioned like a predator in the box to bundle home. The rebound. Elland Road absolutely erupted with 3 years of pent-up frustration and relief. The noise was absolutely deafening. This was pure, unadulterated redemption personified. The transformation in the crowd was instantaneous and beautiful to witness. Leeds faithful who've been on his back for months were suddenly singing his name with religious fervor. One fan captured the mood perfectly on social media. Proved me wrong, Fair's man. While another declared him an American hero. And you know what? They're absolutely right to celebrate this moment. This goal wasn't just about ending a statistical drought. It was about answering every single critic, every doubter, every keyboard warrior. who questioned whether Aronson belongs at this level. "I've been really working hard after training and stuff like that, working on my finishing," he told Sky Sports with visible emotion, and you could hear years of frustration finally being released. The parallels to his first Premier League goal are absolutely incredible and almost poetic. Back in August 2022 against Chelsea, he picked Edouard Mendy's pocket near the goal line in a moment of pure opportunism. This time, he was alert and hungry enough to pounce on Rilla save. Different situations, same predator instinct, same never-give-up attitude. But here's what makes this moment even more special for Leeds United. Joe Rodon followed up with an absolute thunderbolt of a header just 12 minutes later, and suddenly we were flying high. The combination of Aronson's renewed hunger and Rodon's aerial dominance had West Ham completely shell-shocked and chasing shadows. The American celebration said absolutely everything. Pure joy, pure relief, pure vindication. After months of doubt. But even this incredible moment pales in comparison to the drama that's about to unfold. Hold onto your hats and brace for impact, White's faithful. Because this final story is going to send shockwaves through every single Leeds United supporter around the world. We're talking about Frank Lampard, the man who cruelly crushed our Premier League dreams back in that heartbreaking 2019 playoff semifinal, and he's potentially about to twist the knife even deeper in the most unimaginable way possible. Remember that cursed name? Of course you do. How could any Leeds fan forget? Frank Lampard was the Derby County manager who knocked us out of the championship playoffs, and that soul-destroying 4-3 aggregate defeat that still haunts our dreams. The man who mocked our beloved club, who celebrated our misery like it was Christmas morning, who denied us promotion when we were so close we could practically taste the Premier League. Well, guess what's happening now? Lampard is currently managing Coventry City, and they're not just doing well, they're sitting pretty at the top of the championship table with an impressive 25 points, looking like absolute favorites for automatic promotion. If they make it to the Premier League while we're fighting tooth and nail for survival, we could be facing our absolute nemesis twice a season in the most twisted of scenarios. But wait, it gets sulfur monoxide much worse, and you're going to need to sit down for this one. Patrick Bamford, our former striker who left Elland Road earlier this season, after Daniel Farke made it clear he wasn't in his Premier League plans, has been spotted at Coventry's training ground. Mike McGrath from The Telegraph confirmed this devastating sighting, and Leeds fans everywhere are feeling physically sick to their stomachs. Can you imagine the sheer betrayal? Can you imagine the audacity? Bamford, who scored 17 crucial goals in our first Premier League season under the legendary Marcelo Bielsa, potentially joining forces with the very man who denied us promotion all those years ago. It's like a nightmare scenario written by our worst enemies, designed specifically to torture Leeds United supporters. The timing couldn't be more painful or more twisted. While we're celebrating Dominic Calvert-Lewin's arrival as Bamford's replacement and hoping he can fire us to safety, our former striker might be plotting his return to haunt us in the most psychologically damaging way imaginable. The irony is so thick you could cut it with a knife. Think about the implications for a moment. If Coventry secure promotion and Bamford signs on the dotted line, we could be facing him at Elland Road next season, wearing the colors of a team managed by Frank Lampard. The man who broke our hearts and crushed our dreams in 2019 could be back with reinforcements to do it all over again, with our own former player as his weapon of choice. This is the kind of drama that only happens to Leeds United. The kind of storyline that makes you question whether football is actually scripted by some cruel cosmic force. But here's the thing, White's faithful. We've overcome bigger obstacles, faced worse betrayals, and emerged stronger every single time. What do you think about this potentially devastating Bamford-Lampard reunion? Could you handle seeing our former striker lining up against us for Lampard's promotion-chasing Coventry? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Smash that subscribe button harder than ever. And let's show the world that Leeds United fans stick together no matter what storms come our way. After everything we've endured, after all the heartbreak and betrayal, can we really handle another chapter of Frank Lampard drama with our own former player as the villain?